I'm going to go first of those. I'm going to throw a curveball into this one, a slight curveball. I think it'll make sense when I say it, though. You got the creatine Caucasians in the backfield between Cam Scattaboo and Jaxson Dart. Malik Neighbors will hopefully be back next year at some point, maybe not right away, depending on how bad that knee was, but he's going to come back. Theo Johnson was nice at tight end, an okay offensive line, top 5 pick. I believe they're number 5 right now because they, of course, always win in week 17 and 18. I digress. A lot of talent on defense. This feels like a great place for Doug Peterson to make a return.
Oh,
A couple years ago at Jacksonville, made the return when they were bad, helped kind of turn around the Trevor Lawrence experience after Urban Meyer ruined his rookie year. Turn around, they went to the playoffs, won a playoff game. Doug Peterson does a lot of really good work with those young quarterbacks that can, especially ones that can move a little. He can utilize the RPO system. Think Carson Wentz back in the day, Trevor Lawrence. I think he could do a lot for Jaxson Dart and hopefully have him not end up in concussion protocol every other play because Brian Daboll is trying to use him to save his job, but I digress there. He's going to utilize Cam Scattaboo. Malik Neighbors is going to get a lot of work. We know Doug Peterson is in the same vein of you. I think if he does call the plays, he can't handle it. I mean, he won a Super Bowl while doing it because he does let his offensive coordinator do a lot of the work and a lot of that stuff. He just picks the plays and goes off of the game plan, that sort of thing. He's a good leader. I think he has a bad tendency of after those first couple of years, it kind of starts to fizzle. But if you're the Giants right now, you need to get something. You need to get bounced back into a little bit of, I don't want to say relevancy. That's a little harsh, but I mean, your most recent playoff performance was the Odell Boat game. So you need to get that out of your. I know Daniel Jones won a playoff game recently. I'm being a smart ass here, but I just think it'd be a good way to right the ship, get Jaxson Dart going, and maybe third time's a charm. And he does get to play the Eagles twice a year. Maybe that gives a little extra fire. Maybe he wants to stick it to him a little bit. So we're gonna throw Doug Peterson in for the Giants to turn things around for him.
all right. I don't hate that.
Ish.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. I think that's a very interesting. Yeah, I don't have him going anywhere this offseason, honestly. I have him not being a head coach. But I get it. I get the Doug Peterson bringing him into the conversation for this. So yeah, I get it. Interesting. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna go and play off the whole creatine Caucasian backfield thing and Malik Neighbors, and they love learning a play action, and Malik will burn anybody. And I've talked about this head coach in the past and his offensive style of running play actions and how it doesn't work for some quarterbacks, but it works for a lot of others. Well, I will have to find out how it works for Jaxson Dart. I don't know, but I have Kevin Stefanski, who is also on their interviewed list. So yeah, I think Kevin Stefanski going to the Giants is going to be the one we see in the offseason where it's just like, we know he can coach. Again, I don't love the player of the year, the coach of the year conversation with him, but that's because I don't love his offensive play style. I don't think he adapts it well for other players. But I think Jaxson Dart and Cam Scattaboo would run well in that offense. I think it's adapted over the years finally to the point of being like acceptable for those style players. And I think Malik Neighbors out there is going to be fantastic. I think we're going to see something a lot what we saw with Jarvis with Malik and like the Jarvis Landry offense with the Browns, where it was a very he's always open type of thing. And I think we'll see that with Darius Slayton being the guy taking the top off if he comes back. And you have Theo underneath. That's just going to be, I'm glad I'm not a Cowboys fan anymore, is what that means. But yeah, give me Kevin Stefanski going to the Giants here. It just feels like a weird match made in NFL purgatory heaven.
I think the two things that will be needed to make that work is Jaxson Dart's going to have to get used to taking snaps under center more full time because I know Kevin, when he's running the offense he likes, there's a lot of that play action bootlegs from under center. So he will have to work on that, which means he will also have to work on cadence. Even I remember on the John Gruden football camp, he's like, tell me your cadence. Because that's all he did. That's all he did to take a snap at Ole Miss was the clap. So I think that would be an interesting dynamic, but getting him out around the edge on those bootlegs, Cam Scattaboo getting that head of steam from coming under center. We already know I'm the complete under center stan around here, so I get it. I would like that move a lot, and I think it could benefit. I could definitely benefit for both. I like that move a lot. I think that's a good one.